Can I say something?
Sure.
And I mean this respectfully. You sound like you have a job that is only in porn. You're like, I have to come by and make sure the associates are up to date.
I have to listen to all the calls.
He's got a lot of holes to fill.
I'm stuck in the washer.
You were a bad associate. Are you my stepmom?
Do you get stuck in stuff a lot?
Gang, the second installment of our new live show, AYG and Friends, is available right now on our YouTube page. Do yourself a favor, check it out.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite podcast. This is Are You Garbage?
Oh, yeah.
It's that little show we sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find out if they grew up to be classy, or if they're just a big old piece of trash.
Trash.
I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day. We're out back here at Tootie's in the new edition. She's out in the garage getting her Halloween costume ready.
Okay.
Going as the Zodiac this year. My co-host is coming at you from right next to me. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage. He is an international businessman and my best pal in the whole wide world. Give it up for KJ, Kevin James Ryan, everybody.
What up, everybody? Shout out. Thanks for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate, view, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. Then obviously the greatest website of all time, www.patreon.com/RUGarbage. You go over there, you get all the bonus content, gang.
And gang, we could not be more excited to have our incredibly, and I mean incredibly special guest here with us today for the first time. She is a very funny, very successful stand-up comedian, actor, producer, podcaster, and author. And you might have seen her in, but not limited
You're
to.
going to hate this.
You got Paradise, Deadbeat, Girl Boss, Instant Family,
These credits, please don't
Robot
read.
Chicken,
we have to.
Super Cool, Crank Yankers, Bosch, Dollface, The Righteous Gemstones, Comedy Central presents Last Comic Standing, Chelsea Lately, Late Night
Lately?
Jimmy Fallon,
What century is this?
At Midnight,
No.
Last Call with Carson Daly.
The
This is
original
not
At
happening.
Midnight. Oh, no. I'm 41.
The Tonight Show, WTF, Joe
Getting
Rogan,
it.
James Corden, Dinner Time Live with David Chang.
What?
Pieces of a Woman, Spencer Confidential. She also is a frequent guest host on Jimmy Kimmel Live. She has
Once.
6.
I did it once.
That's frequent.
That's more than me.
She has 6 Netflix specials that is streaming right now. She also wrote, executive produced, and starred in the feature Good on Paper, which is also on Netflix. She's the author of 2 books, All Things Aside, Girl Logic. She has her own amazing podcast, Ask Eliza Anything, and her own fragrance.
How you doing?
Look at that. And she is on tour right now, the Get Ready Tour. Give it up for the one, the only, Eliza Schlesinger, everybody.
Yay!
Look at all that.
Did they send? She barked. Did they send this to you, or did you just go on Wikipedia?
I do this,
We
this
do it
every
for
week.
everybody.
The first credit is she is Jewish. And I'm like, what is this?
She was born a girl.
Half of the stuff I was like, oh, I did do that.
Buddy.
Yeah, we go back in the well.
You are a worker, man. 6 Netflix specials. That's wild.
Deep well. Throw a baby in that well. 6 and I'm gonna do a 7th one for Amazon next week.
That's
I'm
awesome.
Taping
You're
it in
filming
Salt Lake
next
City.
week.
Yeah.
That's
So-
that's the Get Ready Tour. You're gearing up for that, right?
Yeah, we're ready.
I love it.
We're ready
to
and
be
I'm
done.
over it.
Yeah.
A worker. Give us the backstory. What's the origin story? Where you from? Give us the whole scoop.
You're a
Okay.
Texas gal, right?
I'm from Texas.
Oh, yeah.
But I do, yeah. Yep. But I do want to say my whole family's from New York,
Okay.
which is weird. But I could play either side depending on what makes people more uncomfortable.
Sure.
We'll go with that.
New York City they were from? They
Yeah,
came from?
New York City and then Long Island. But my dad's always like, never forget, you got Brooklyn in you. It's your grandfather.
Don't you ever fucking
And I'm
forget.
like, where? And he's like, I don't know. So I don't claim it as much. But
And
people
what
think
brought
I'm
them to Texas?
houses?
Okay.
You can have one.
Sure.
You get
You
a
can
mule,
have them in Jersey, too.
40
but yeah.
acres. Yeah. Well, and so my dad was in the menswear business. And I just want to say I did my research and I listened to your podcast. And so I was nervous last night. I was like, you better come up with some garbage because these guys are going to need to know about your garbage. So,
What's the
get it.
menswear business? Explain that a little bit.
well, my dad pronounces it men's apparel. which
Okay.
East Coast- It's like, it was. It's like-
Tracksuits.
It's no longer gold chains and thick stubby cigars. It was like braces, suspenders, belts,
Really?
ties,
Okay.
and it's an industry that kind of died.
Right.
So he moved there in the 80s with me and my mom, and then they had my brother, and then so that's why we moved to Texas.
Okay.
And did he do that all while you were growing up?
Yeah, he was a salesman, so like a road guy.
Really?
He's a
Yeah.
road dog.
So there was
He's a
no
road dog.
store. He would
There
just-
was a showroom,
Okay.
This is how they used to do it back when my credit started. It was
Three Stooges.
It was a showroom, and then you send your reps out, and you would take orders, and you go all over with like your rolling rack, like just schlepping
That's
everywhere.
crazy.
Yeah, so any
Old
city I
school.
go to, he's like, I've been there. They got a menswear store called Anthony's.
They still got Murray's over there?
That's right. That's right.
And what'd your mom
shit.
do?
She was a mom, and then they divorced, and she got into marketing, and my dad is, and so it's.
What age was the divorce?
It got divorced. I started crying.
Welcome to the
It was
show.
last week.
They said they wouldn't bring it up. I said, bring up Chelsea lately, not the divorce. 7, and then
Okay.
my dad moved back to the East Coast,
Okay.
and so that was a lot of like trips.
You stayed in Texas with
Stayed
your mom.
in Texas.
Gotcha.
With my mom and my brother, and then my mom remarried when I was like 14 or 15.
Okay.
So I went to a nice high school.
Okay.
And my brother and I did not live in the same house.
Wow. Where did he live?
Does that count as garbage?
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
show.
This is what we're talking about.
No one was getting abused or anything. My brother was like, maybe garbage. And so he went to go live with my dad and my stepmom down the street. They moved back from the East Coast.
Wait, so they
I'm sorry, I
divorced?
forget-
Your dad moved back to the East Coast and then back to where your mom was.
They came back because they were like, we need to help your brother. So my brother, so they
It was
came
troubled
back.
youth a bit.
Yeah,
A little bit.
like skateboarding at a time when it wasn't acceptable.
Sure.
And bashing
He had a bowl cut.
He had a bowl cut, bashing a kid's teeth in, using the
Okay.
college fund to pay for his new teeth, stuff like that.
Okay.
My teeth
This
are
kid's
real.
all right.
Yeah. My brother is a marijuana grower now, so I got that plug if you need anything.
There you go. Is he still in Texas?
No, he lives in Northern California.
Okay.
I'm not a weed smoker, but just walking through the streets of New York, you guys have shitty weed.
That's what. Yeah, I'm not big on the weed, but that's what
I don't even
everybody says.
smoke it, and I know it's garbage.
That's all right.
So I'm just letting you know. Please don't DM me about it. I will not answer.
Brother's got
I don't
the
need to be a
hookup.
guy's girl. Brother went to go live with my dad and my stepmom, and
How far apart were the families? Like your
A
dad
few
and your-
blocks, like, not
That's
far.
so-
A few blocks.
That's trashy.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Did
It
your
was-
mom remarry?
My mom remarried. My
Okay.
stepdad, who's wonderful.
Okay. Did they have kids?
No,
No.
he has children from another marriage. They live on Martha's Vineyard.
Okay.
Makes it a little less trashy. And now one of them lives in Philly.
Okay.
All right.
Nice. And so
Sure. That sounds like main line.
Yeah, I like it.
mainline blood. And so I lived with my mom and my stepdad, and we went to a nice neighborhood, still somewhat near my dad. And then they had 2 kids, so I have a half brother and a half sister.
All right.
You guys are like ticks.
The dad and the stepmom. So they have their.
So you have half brothers and step siblings.
I got everything.
Man.
You got everything.
I got everything.
You got a
you
real
need.
brother.
I got one full-blooded wolf brother.
And how many are there total? How many kids total between the two families?
that you would call your brothers or sisters.
I guess I have a half brother and a half sister, and so Randy, my stepdad's kids, like I'll see.
Randy's all right.
Shout out to Randy.
Randy is awesome. We
Is
love
Randy from Texas?
No, Randy's from. Where's Randy? Santa Monica originally.
Okay.
Went to Harvard Business School.
Wow.
He's like one of those guys that was like, oh, I was CFO of Dansk for a little bit. Like,
sure.
just
Like
like,
he'll drop one of those. Like yeah.
like when I was the president of that. Of
when I
Radio
ran
Shack.
Coca-Cola, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yes, he's one of those.
And where did your mom and him meet? Did they meet in Texas or?
They met in Dallas.
Okay.
Got married. Randy was so great, and he used to take me to tutoring. And I was like, we both know I'm not going to understand long division, but we can go. And he would get me a juice.
What was the nice high school you went to? Private, public?
Went to a private school.
Okay.
It's called Green Hill.
Okay.
In Dallas, and it's the only reason I can retain information because college didn't instill any of those skills in me. I went there, and then I graduated. I got in nowhere. All my friends got to go to nice schools. I got in, when I say nowhere, like not even waitlisted. Like they read the application. They were like, you just jerked
No
off on
state
this, right?"
schools, nothing like that?
I didn't apply. I applied to the University of Kansas. By
Okay.
the grace of God, I got in there. So I went.
Is that
4
where you
years?
Nope. I went 1 year. Reapplied. There's a
went? You
lot
were
of
worried
moving.
about being trash.
Man, we are in
I've
it.
been to so many schools.
You got brother cousins and
I
stuff.
And I went there for 1 year, reapplied to Emerson College in Boston.
Okay.
Got in.
Nice.
Did you do that like weird artsy? They have like can you like makeup majors there?
Yeah, I majored in hand jobs.
Hey, me too.
I I was a film major. Now
Okay.
they have bullshit like you can major in funny.
You can major in stand-up
That's
comedy.
a good school, right?
Don't get me
Emerson's a good
started.
school, correct?
Emerson's a good school.
Okay.
And I love that people think that. So I'm just like, yeah, it's so hard. I totally didn't write a term paper on Anaconda, and get a D on
There's
it.
snakes out there this big.
I wrote a compare and contrast, and I forgot to contrast, and I was like, why do I have to do this? And so
It's funny.
did that, graduated early from Emerson because my mother paid for my
Okay.
college education.
Okay.
So I didn't have to pay for anything, but she was like, do me a favor, take community college classes over the summer so I don't have to like pay
So
over
we can
for
cut a
your
year
gen
off.
ed.
Gotcha.
Well, just because you're paying for like, interpretive dance and
Like
you could
art,
do it.
history, or
Sure.
something.
Or,
yeah.
or even lighter than that, like photography 101. And it's like if you take it at UTD, which is University of Texas at Dallas, it's cheaper.
Okay.
So I would come home in the summer and I would get a job and I would take these like classes. Like I took a dance class with like some senior citizens and like that's half a credit. And
She's
I took
doing water aerobics at the
oh my
Y.
God, like
At the pool.
just anything.
What were the jobs like? What was your first job you had?
Yeah, it was your first job.
Okay, my first job, I went and I got a job at Cece's Pizza. You know the
Cece's.
buffet,
Like the
Of
buffet?
course.
like the buffet.
Whoa.
And I was so excited to have a job.
That's awesome.
Because my parents, were hard workers, and I just was like, but I was the kind of school that you had like 5 hours of homework and you had sports, so there wasn't time to do it. But I got the job, and it was in just like a rough shopping center, and my mom made me quit.
Really?
She was like, I don't know who's walking you to your car. You can't have it.
How were we working? Just like the weekends?
I only got to go once, and I
That's
went.
it. We're not coming back.
I was so excited to work. I remember asking, I was like, what can I do? And he was like, you can wipe down the buffet. I was like, I will wipe down the buffet.
Thank you so much.
It's weird how all of your flavors of pizza taste the same.
How old
only
were you
been
when you
there
got that
once.
job?
I maybe was like 6. I must have had a car, so 16.
Okay.
And then I didn't get the job. And then I think next year I was able to get a job at Steve Madden at the mall.
Oh.
Which,
very
if you've
nice.
ever worked in retail at the mall, you are owed financial compensation for the PTSD of having to hear Good Charlotte on loop.
Sure.
Sure.
Just hours and hours.
This is when Steve Madden was hot.
It's like the
Yeah.
height of Steve Madden.
This is
probably.
when girls were coming in like, can I get the cami in a size 8? I'm like, that's a big foot for a little girl. We're out. I'm tired. I worked at the Speedo store because I was on the swim team. I was like, this will be cool.
Okay.
Very special kind of hell. Awful. Only European people coming in at the time in Dallas, Texas to buy a Speedo.
Sure.
Speedo store.
That's a board short state right there.
It's a board shorts covered up for Jesus. And then I worked at the Body Shop, not the strip club, the like lotion soap store.
Oh.
Here's the garbage.
in the same mall?
The Galleria.
Whoa.
Here's the garbage part.
You're
You were
like
a
Lori.
shoe
You're like
salesman.
Lori
I
from
was.
Shark Tank, the retail queen. God damn. She's worked at every Annie Ann's fucking.
This was around Y2K. So
Okay.
there's a lot of Y2K promo
I
stuff.
haven't heard someone say Y2K in so long.
I know. I mean, look at my resume. Obviously, I lived through Y2K. I was on the Phil Silver show, apparently.
Around Y2K.
In every mall, in the bottom of the mall, there's like a storage room for every store.
Sure.
Right. Okay. You say sure, like you're like, I knocked off a couple.
No, I had a buddy who worked at Foot Locker. We had a lot of backdoor dealings in those hallways.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all this Y2K stuff. And, you're constantly taking stuff off the shelves and you put it down the storage. You get a key. And I was like, to my best friend, I was like, they're not going to resell this. There's not going to be another Y2K for thousands of years. So let's take it. So we got Michelle got a copy made of the key.
You're making copies of shit.
Satsuma body bars, Y2K messenger bags, because it was not going to go anywhere. It was just going to go in the garbage.
You made a key. That's crazy.
It's that special kind of like prep school, like,
That's like
I'm never
bank
going to get in
heist
trouble.
stuff, yeah.
That was her idea. I was
Sure.
like, let's just take a few things. She was like, I'm going to get a key made.
Listen, get a fake ID, run a U-Haul.
We
Knocked
had
out
those
the
too.
security guard
Yeah.
and took his
We
key.
didn't like resell it. This wasn't like truck fit or anything.
Gotcha.
This was, we just got
for
it.
you.
Just for me, and to like give out as gifts because it was a school with kids who had a lot of money. So you're like, I gave you a Christmas gift. Like, what do I get? And so you would hope you'd get something nice.
Man, that is wild.
I stole.
That's crazy.
I stole it. A lot of nut butters, which would mean if there's women listening, they'll be like, oh my God, I remember those tubs.
What were the vacations like as a kid? Where would you guys go? What would you guys do?
Probably a little, if you had, when Randy's around, a little bit of cash.
We
Randy
went
did well.
We went nice places. When I was a kid, we went to Club Med because I think
Club
that's where
Med.
that's where parents took their kids was Club Med. For
What?
I always I don't know what it is.
It's like a singles place, isn't it?
No, you're thinking
That's
of
what
like hedonism.
I always mix it up with hedonism.
We stayed in the room for the swingers night. No, Club Med's like in Ixtapa, Mexico. Like you take we would go to Mexico because you lived in Texas.
Right.
Right, I got that. That makes sense.
Never skied.
Club Med, Club Med SAS, commonly known as previous Club Mediterranean, is a French travel tourism opera. Yeah,
In
It's
Cancun.
it's just like
it's a
this one-
resort.
It's a resort. You
It just
take your
became a
kids.
popular resort.
So we went a little bit when my parents were married, and then they got a divorce. So I think I went once with my mom, but that's like always like not an ideal vacation
Right.
when your parents are divorced.
Mm-hmm.
My brother was like a handful. And then we never skied as kids because my dad said Jews don't ski; they own the mountain. And then I was like,
whoa.
"Well, we didn't
That's
own."
got to be quoted, so you got to write that down somewhere.
No, because
that's something else.
It's a stupid quote, and I'll tell you why. A lot of Jews ski. We just didn't. That's it.
I don't know.
Own the mountain. How many Jews do you know that own nature?
Yeah.
No.
They don't love the cold, but they do control the
We
weather.
do control the weather.
Such a wild thing to put your foot down. We don't ski.
Yeah.
You're in Texas.
He didn't ski.
Yeah,
and so
a
it
New
became
York
the thing.
Jew like that, you're not skiing.
Where are you skiing? Where are you skiing?
Yeah.
And then
Unless there's a mountain in Brooklyn.
yeah, and then in high school, Randy, we went on.
I can't get over the name
Randy's
Randy.
all right.
Randy's are typically dirtbags.
Was Randy
Oh,
working?
yeah.
Was he working when he was married to your mom, or did he
Yeah.
already made his money?
Oh God, what was the name of it was like not internet connection. There was some like tech, like you could buy all your electronic stuff. It wasn't Circuit City. It wasn't Radio Shack. It was like one of those.
Okay.
When they met, who remembers what their
He was the CEO.
something?
Nice.
That's
Something
like those executives just used to go like brand, like
Float
consumer
around.
brand to
They float
consumer
around.
brand. Hey,
Yeah.
we got the guy coming in from Coca-Cola. We got the
Yeah.
guy from Radio Shack. Yeah.
We got the guy, and
got the
so we went on a safari one year.
Whoa.
That's not bad.
That's not garbage.
How old were you for that?
Maybe like 17.
Nice.
And
That's classy.
Yeah, that's all
Randy's
right.
daughter was so beautiful, and
Did you get along with them?
it was her and his son, and then the other daughter didn't come. But Kate is a year younger than me, and I remember thinking she was so pretty and she was so nice, and I would just make so many jokes about how ugly I felt around her, and she like thought it was hilarious, and so we're very close to this day.
Okay.
She was very tall and thin and tan, and still is.
And what do they do? Are they like what's everybody do? Like
Yeah.
are they
Kate and her husband.
all educated and
Everybody got educated.
okay?
Everybody's been repatriated, educated. They have like a landscape business, her and her husband, on Martha's Vineyard.
Okay.
And they work super hard.
Not too shabby.
My stepsister, I guess she's my stepsister, is a paramedic,
Very nice.
like volunteer firefighter.
Okay.
And then I don't know what his son does. Business.
Mm-hmm.
Business.
Business stuff.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, Randy. I don't know what Hope does. It's business. Yeah, and so that was the
Okay.
big family vacation and we must have done more. Oh, we went to Italy once.
Not
I
bad.
got to bring my best friend.
Really?
That's rich girl shit.
yeah, that's rich girl
Because
shit.
otherwise,
it.
it's just like you, like listening to your parents talk about the Sistine Chapel. We did try to make
And
out.
they want you distracted anyway. They're
They
like
just were like, you could bring Michelle.
Mhm.
And we met these like cute, I say cute, they probably had like really bad teeth, like Italian dudes. And my mom followed us. She was like, get out of there. Where are you going with them? And I was like, I just want to like kiss this dude. So that's a special kind of hell to bring your teenage daughter, I'm
just
sure.
want to kiss this dude.
I just want
Holy
to kiss
shit.
this dude.
Kimmy, let's talk about Sheath.
Ooh, shout out the Sheath gang.
Talking about the best underwear in the biz, an OG podcast sponsor and supporter. And like we always say, support the products that support the shows. Sheath is the best pair of underwear you're ever going to put on. Why is that, Kippy? Because you separate the dick and the balls, keeps you high and dry. Created by a goddamn war veteran.
Shout out to Robert.
Shout out to Robert. Best fabric you're going to get. Best pair of underwear you're going to get. Get over to Sheath and do it now.
Yeah, it's not like that other underwear. I can wear this stuff for 3, 4, 5, 6 days at a time, baby.
My old ones are jamming me up.
Yeah, you got
Twisting me.
Listen, you
Get a hernia.
I've said this 1,000 times. I also just re-upped. I'm waiting on them to come. They should come any day now. Woo! Shout out
Do
to
a
the
little fashion show right in the studio.
Maybe I will. I'll try to long in my sexy undies. Guys, I love
Got
it.
a pickle in there?
It's awesome. They're fantastic. We've been saying it for years. They're my sexy underwear. I put them on and I make a move on the wife. How you doing?
Strike out.
I'll go get the mail in these things. I don't care. Any style, they have you covered. Sleek designs, colors that match your vibe, whatever look you're going to, you can achieve with them. Don't take our word for it. Thousands of 5-star reviews speak for themselves, and they are also the official underwear partner of the the UFC. Shout out to
Look
it.
at that.
Elevate your comfort today. Go to sheath.com and get the most comfortable underwear you're ever going to wear. That's a Kippy guarantee. If you use the promo code GARBAGE, you'll also get 20% off your order. 20% off. That's sheath.com. Promo code GARBAGE for 20% off your order. Sheath, the underwear legends and podcasters do it.
Do it. Kip, I got to tell you about Soul.
Ooh, this just got a little soulful.
Ooh, we're talking about Soul out of the office micro-dose gummies, gang. Do yourself a favor. Switch it up from having the beers and a glass of wine or the fifth of vodka, whatever you're doing after a long day. All you need is a little Soul out of the office micro-dose gummies. We're talking about hemp-derived THC and CBD to give you just that little touch, that little relax, that little I'm chilling at the beach kind of vibe.
Yeah,
you know what
take
I mean?
the edge off a little bit.
And now with Soul, you can get this in all 50 states. Did you know that? That you can hook it up, you get a little THC, a little CBD all around. It's all good. Get yourself straightened out, dude. I had one last night. They sent them over. I popped one. I was going to have a beer, but I don't need the calories.
Sure.
Popped that in, sat back, watched a little TV, chilled out the whole night, man. Shout out to Soul.
Yeah, Soul was founded 5 years ago by brother and sister duo Mike and Angie Lee. Mike is a former world-ranked professional boxer, and Angie is the author of a professional speaker who had the desire to create natural alternatives to medication to tackle problems they deal with themselves: sleepiness,
go.
anxiety, focus,
Sure.
pain. And like they said, with Soul, they got it all. Little dabble, do you? This holiday season, give the gift of Soul. Head to getsoul.com and use the code GARBAGE for 30% off your order. That's 30% off your order using code GARBAGE. One last time, getsoul.com, code GARBAGE, 30% off your order. Do it. Yeah.
And what were the pets growing up?
We had a black cat this is the most recent one, named Muse, who we found and just took him with us to the new house. And he was not friendly to anyone, but we had him, and he died sometime. I just found his collar the other day in like a stack of boxes.
Really?
Yikes. Any weird pets? Any turtles? Anything like that?
Lizards,
Hamsters?
Had a lot of that.
Yeah?
Really?
Yeah, at the old house, right after it was just me and my mom and my brother. We had a little atrium like this big, and the turtle lived there. And we painted his shell blue so you could find him. And my brother would bring home turtles and frogs. So my mom would find them.
Bonkers.
Oh my God, we had one, like, not a sea turtle.
Well,
But
yeah,
like,
you can't be having a fucking. He
We had
lives
a-
in a bathtub for 3 quarters.
we had like a river turtle that lived. We had like a tiny pond in the atrium. It was literally, I don't know how to do square feet, but small.
In the atrium?
of the house. It's like
I'm not sure what an atrium is.
it's like an indoor-outdoor area.
Like in the middle.
Yeah.
Is it in the middle
Like
of
a
the
koi
house?
pond
Kind-
almost.
Yeah, but like it was maybe the size of this table and a half. Like it was
Okay.
small. We brought him home. We named him Gamera, like after the Japanese films, and he lived out there. And then one time my mom brought home some crayfish.
Okay.
Because in Texas, you eat like crawdads, like the little ones.
Sure.
And we put them in the
Bugs.
backyard, and the turtle ate them. And we came back, and all the claws were everywhere and just totally dismembered. We had a bunny. We had a lot of fish. Because my dad gave my mom a really nice fish tank for a gift, and that was the beginning
Where
of
was
the
the
end.
fish tank?
Saltwater?
No.
Freshwater.
Freshwater.
How big?
Big and expensive with like a
Sure.
lot of glass art in it. And my mom's like, I've got to take care of this. We had ghost fish.
Where did it live? Where did the fish tank
On
live
the
in the
bar.
house? On the bar.
On the bar.
I had a filter. I remember that smell.
Yeah, that smells no good.
And then dead fish like get fluffy
Mm-hmm.
when they stick to the filter. I had hamsters. I had guinea pigs. Not for long.
I can't get a fucking read on this, bro.
This whole thing is bonkers.
River turtles.
It's
In
crazy.
the
go down to-
atrium. That's like, if that's not the duality of
Yeah.
garbage and I don't know. I don't know what's
We
happening.
had some dogs, but those are I remember my brother had a lot of turtles and frogs that would go missing, and then you find a dried one because they just jump. Like we had them.
Was the atrium kind of in the house? Like they had access to the house? Like the turtle could walk into the kitchen if it wanted to?
No, there's no indoor-outdoor policy. It had no. We're not like Steve Irwin's family. Like it was
Rest in peace
So
to
this
the
is
big
in the
dog.
backyard.
in the atrium. The backyard was on the side.
Okay.
Where
I have to. This is how stupid. I have to Google
Yeah,
atrium. It's like an indoor outlet you would see in like a.
like an office building, like where like employees can go to smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
Oh, you had one of those.
They had a smoking section. Thank you for putting it
For the
in
turtle.
our term. You
You're
had
from
it-
Philly. You guys
yeah,
smoking
that-
section.
yeah. Like this. Like it would be like a.
Gotcha.
Small.
Gotcha.
Man, that's wild.
Small house, small atrium. I had a dog. We had a dog at one point that we had to get rid of because it was too much. So my mom gave it away to a neighbor. So my brother and I would just like visit the dog through the window. Tippy.
Come by and see him anytime.
And
That's
That was just
crazy.
kind of like how it was. And then,
That's crazy.
anyway.
What would be like if you guys were going out to dinner, like a Friday night, the fam's going out to dinner, where would they take you?
In high school, there's this story that my parents love to tell about the time I ate 4 lobsters at dinner because they had like a lobster special
Where?
at Trulux in
Cece's?
Dallas.
I know. I've been to that. I went to the one in Houston. Great
Yeah,
restaurant.
the same thing.
That's classy.
It was nice, and
Uh-huh.
they to this day, I'm 41. They're like, "Do you remember that
4
time that you ate?"
lobsters.
You're so hungry from all your sports, and lobster's so
I need
good.
the protein.
I was so hungry. It
How were you in sports? Were you good? Did you excel?
was good enough.
Swimming.
Excel is putting it strongly. I swam.
Okay.
I played lacrosse,
Okay.
but it's a private school, so you're on the team,
Right away.
but you may not be starting. But we were pretty good at lacrosse.
Okay.
But if you took us out of the state to go play like a school from Delaware, which we did, you get spanked.
Gotcha.
Like these girls are in skirts in 10-degree weather, just sweating, and you're just like freezing your nips off.
What was the first car? What was your first car that you got?
A 99 brand new Chevy Blazer
Whoa.
with the
really?
splash decal
No shit.
on the side.
I know that
A
decal.
99 Chevy Blazer.
I saw that splash decal and I was like, people are going to know I go fast.
Was that a birthday present?
It was you're 16. Here's the car.
Randy got you.
My mom got it.
Okay.
My mom did everything. Yeah.
99 Chevy Blazer.
It was in
Did-
that like
did-
caffeine-free Coca-Cola can color, that like gold. They called it pewter, but
Sure.
it's not. It's none of those.
Yeah. Oh.
It was gold.
Damn.
Comparable to a GMC Jimmy.
Right?
Sure.
better.
Shout out to the Jimmy.
Shout out to the
Only
Jimmy.
car
Jimmy
named
was
after
trash.
a dude. Did you do anything to it? Tint the windows? Put some subwoofers in there? Anything?
I asked if I could get my last name in that like Latin, Spanish, like old
English.
and she was like,
Man.
absolutely not. Some lunatic's gonna follow you home.
What are you, a Latin king? Who
She
does
said
that?
you can't. I did it
On the back
funny.
window, you wanted it
I
to
wanted
be?
it. Nothing. I didn't think to do anything to it. But
CD player?
CD player, and I owned. I remember buying Matchbox 20 and being like, "This is that's
Nice.
like with that Carlos Santana collab." he
Sure.
did.
I gotta be honest with you. I started listening to Little Matchbox 20 as of recent. Holds up.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
Holds up.
All the songs,
Yeah, it's great. I'm like, I forgot about this one.
the deep
Yeah.
cuts.
They were huge, man.
They were
That
huge.
kid had a
All
huge...
right, I'm sorry. What are you, their PR guy? What the fuck?
I'm Rob Thomas's dad.
Yeah, he had a big career after that,
I'm
too.
just, I said I liked them. What the fuck?
Like I bought the CD. I had a Whitney Houston CD. Anyways, I had a CD and the CD book we all had.
The book
I have
was
no
big.
idea how old you guys are. You could just look bad for being young, or you could just be my age. You could just look really unhealthy.
I'm 22 and he's 17.
You're a Philly 22.
It's a little bit of both. You're not wrong. You read it. He's, how old are you, 48?
48.
And I'm 38.
You look great for 48.
What was the...
You look
Blow right by me? That's all the time we had today, folks.
What were the posters in the room?
I had a Bone Thugs and Harmony poster.
Jesus Christ. And I miss my Uncle Charles, yo.
And my first time I played Cleveland, they didn't have Uber at the time. I had the runner take me to East 99 and St. Clair to take a picture because that was from the album. No context for like what that actually signified. But I was like, I got to take a picture because this is from the song. And I really enjoyed them. They were so melodic.
They're great.
That was the poster. I had a bullfighting poster because I went to Spain when I was 16 for the summer.
For the summer?
You're not going to get a read on me. For a program, yeah.
Okay. Did you live with a family?
No, it was just like a bunch of students, and you like live on a college campus, and you like pretend you're learning Spanish, but you're really just having wine.
Did you learn Spanish?
A little bit more than I had,
Okay.
and so to this day, I can only speak in the present tense, but I can go to Mexico and be fine.
You get us out of there if we got jammed up.
I can get you out of there.
Okay.
Aye.
As long as we stay in Club Med, for sure.
The present tense.
Huh.
Yeah, there's no past tense in my Spanish or future.
What was the first concert?
That's so embarrassing because
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I did try to go,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't get in, and I don't remember why, but I will tell you to this day, as of last week, I think I've been to 5 concerts in my whole life.
Hit me with them.
Last week, I went to see this band called The Anniversary. That was
Okay.
a big Midwest pop punk sort of band when I was younger, and I'm friends with them now, and that was great. We had a show in Detroit the other week, and Sturgill Simpson was next door.
Okay.
And so we just like, hey, Live Nation, can we have tickets? Because we're all that family.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to go, and that was cool. I've seen Britney Spears twice.
Okay.
Both times underwhelming. unfortunately.
Like as of
Back in the day.
This
when
is
she
like
was popping.
prime.
After popping, like after when she was going through stuff, but we didn't know it. So now that I look back, I'm like, yeah, she really didn't move her legs much. Now we get why.
Sure.
That was not great. Even though we were on mushrooms and they didn't kick in.
Mushrooms at a Britney Spears.
Got bunk mushrooms at a Britney
Christ,
Spears
man.
concert.
Yeah, I don't think I've been. I just don't. I'm not one of the. And I also work when there's concerts, so like.
Yeah, no, of course.
Now I can't. But even then, I just never. I saw Jethro Tull was my first concert because my mom worked for a radio station.
What? When?
When I was like.
I feel like she's lived
13.
1,000 lives, dude.
What would she do?
She worked for a radio station called 107.5 The Oasis, and so it was like smooth listening.
Was she a
had to
DJ?
go.
Was she doing like drive time?
She was, yeah.
No.
Rare Bit and the Bird. No, it was. She worked in like sales. She sold air. Welsh Rare Bit and the Bird.
Coming at you.
She was Tom from Bob and Tom.
That's funny.
She had. I've been on that. That wasn't on my credits, but I've been on that.
Sure.
And
Bob.
I had to go with her, and so she tried to amp me up in the car. She's like, Jethro Tull was the flautist, and everyone, and it's not for a kid. You're just like, what is
Sure.
this?
Yeah.
That was my first concert with Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull. Could you guys eat in your room when you were a kid?
I don't think so. I remember my mom. I have a thin mom. And
Okay.
I remember hearing all the time, like, the kitchen's closed.
Really?
Even-
They'd shut it down at
Wow.
a certain
You
point.
can't go. And
That's
even
when you can't eat anymore, fatty.
it's closed, yeah. And so in your mind, you're like, oh, I guess I can't go in there.
Like there's hours of operation.
Yeah, like we had dinner, now it's closed. You can't.
Closed.
I mean, she doesn't like anyone eating. She calls my dog munch mouth. She'll yell. I don't know if you know any Yiddish. If you eat too much, she'll go chazer, which really is hurtful because chazer means like someone who's gluttonous. So I just hear my mom being like,
What are you
chazer.
looking
I'm
at?
just saying hi to you.
I remember one time I put Halloween candy in my room and I made a little room in my closet. I was like, this will, as a kid, you want your own space.
Sure.
It was that or the hamper because I could fit in it, and you'd have and I brought my candy in, and then there were ants, and I just remember like it was like your apartment got flooded, like all my things.
No.
Wait, you
No
used
more
to
fun
hide in the
size.
hamper as a kid?
Because all the blankets were in there, so you could like bring a book or a Game Boy, and you could like be surrounded by blankets. Isn't that what every kid wants?
Sure.
You're saying I've noted the shore is like no,
No,
unrelatable.
the shore is me trying to understand it a little more.
The hamper.
I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next
I
to
just
the
never-
atrium.
I just never thought about it.
Was there a pool? Did you guys have a pool?
When in high school we had a pool
In ground or above ground?
in ground.
You think Randy's doing fucking above ground in Dallas,
I don't
Texas?
know. They got snapping turtles and crayfish.
We lived in the city limits. It was everyone in Texas though has a
Of
pool.
course, yeah.
And
Hot
it did
tub?
have a diving board. I don't remember.
Was it like that? They got
Actually-
those shitty diving boards got popular where there was no. Was there a bounce to
a
it?
little bit of give, little bit of bounce,
give, yeah.
unnecessarily in a 6 foot pool.
That's illegal, I
Yikes.
think.
That's-
you gotta have
that's-
at least 8 feet.
That's a lot
clearance.
of traction. Yeah. We had the diving board and we had a nice backyard, so we'd have parties.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Mom.
Who cut the grass? Randy or somebody come and cut it?
Randy's a goddamn fucking. He's
He
doing
might like to
insider
do it.
trading. He's not cutting the grass.
I don't know who cut the grass.
He's got to pay
Not
for
you.
a goddamn
not you or your
safari.
brother.
No, my brother didn't live with us.
Okay.
No, we didn't cut it.
All right.
I know that makes me sound out of touch, but I'm not running for fucking president, so I'm sorry.
It doesn't make you.
I didn't cut my own grass.
You said you went on a fucking safari. It does not sound out of touch that
that's
you
the only
got
part.
caught
Yeah.
up on the fucking cutting your own
There's
grass.
different price points for safaris. You could go look at rats.
You can hit a Six Flags if you want.
You could take the L and see lots of animals.
Go look at rats.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the diagnosis?
It ain't good.
It's not
it's
good?
weird because you grew up with money. Randy did well,
You're
but
well traveled.
Middle class.
You kind of speak Spanish.
I kinda-
I
I
gotta
don't wanna
push back.
brag.
You're not doing a safari middle class.
But that's a nice big trip. But it's not like we
You did it every week. I get it, but
we
still.
did it.
I'm saying it's not like you
It's
did
not
it
every week. Yeah.
How long were you there? How long was the safari? A couple weeks?
It's
were
like
you
a
there?
year. Like you pack. No, you bring the nanny.
We did a semester.
No, you go. It's however you got to get to Africa,
I know.
so it's got to be worth it.
Sure.
Went for a weekend. Came back.
Just a quick little glance at the lions.
Okay.
We take it. I think it was like a priority to like take nice trips with your family while you can.
Sure.
Sure.
I get that.
And then I would go places in the summer. So.
Were you a Crystal Light family growing up?
No, but I will say this: my stepmom drank Tab.
Tab.
Loved Tab.
What would you drink? What were you guys allowed to have for
Water.
dinner?
It was a big water.
It was water.
Juice, regular juice. We never. My friend Aaron was the one that had the Capri Sun Sprite. Dunkaroos. Like that was the house you'd go to.
Gotcha.
And you could just eat all that. We didn't have junk food. My husband grew up with like Hearts of Palm is candy, like hippie California food. We just had like wheat bread and like nice, like fruit roll-ups were a really big deal.
No sugar cereal.
We probably did because I think my brother and I were like,
Okay.
we're both thin. Can we have some?
Give us a break.
When was the first time you had Nutella? Do you remember?
As an adult.
As an adult.
Because everybody acts like they've been on Nutella forever.
Oh, yeah, it's
a
this big
European
thing.
and I love Nutella's ads because they're like, it's only a touch, it's a little bit of cocoa and it's mostly hazelnut and milk. It's good for you. It's like, this is garbage. This is sugar,
It's all
chocolate.
palm oil.
Yeah, like orangutans are dying to get your Nutella shipped to you in this plastic thing. And I don't love it. And I know I'm supposed to
Okay.
love it. You know.
Any karate classes, dance classes, anything like that?
As a adult? I'm a white
She's at a
woman.
Tiger Schulman's.
Just me and like just owning 6 little kids.
As a kid, anything like that?
As a child, I think I was in like brownies. And when your parents get divorced at
Brownies,
7, that's
wow.
above, Girl Scouts.
Yeah, I forgot about brownies.
Brownies
Like,
is
meet
above
after
Girl
school.
Scouts?
Yeah.
I think it's bigger than Girl. Or maybe it's before.
Did you guys sell any cookies?
So, they're really easy to steal. No, we didn't sell any cookies, but we had the one friend who her mom was like the den mother, but our meetings were just going to her house and eating Rice Krispie treats. I don't remember selling any. It's hard to sell the cookies, and moms usually do it, and my mom was working, so we didn't sell cookies. I'm trying to think of class. I just played a lot of sports, and I played sports.
Yeah.
I did the YMCA basketball and softball. My dad coached it. So you have to be sweating a lot in Texas and playing a sport. Otherwise, they kick you out.
Okay.
And so I was the catcher.
Any braces?
I had braces and this thing called a bionator, I think. It had like pistons on the side. It was disgusting.
What did it like? Open
Wait, was
it
it
up
connected
more?
top to bottom?
I had like so your mouth would, I think it was, I don't know what it was for. They just gave it to me, but I
My
had
blood's
braces.
running cold.
I had something like that. They were called Jasper jumpers. They
Oh.
looked like 2 cables. It was
Attached to electrodes.
It was
Like,
like
your dentist, the pet boy?
it was all
That's
like a
crazy.
hinge. And
It's
it was
a hinge.
supposed to. It was supposed to cure my overbite.
Okay, maybe I mean,
It didn't work though.
You don't-
They were so brutal. It's bad.
He's got bad jumpers.
I had braces for like 5 years, and I was terrible with
I
them.
had braces, and then I had to do Invisalign as an adult. And then I
You
just
got
stopped
good
going.
teeth, though.
They're fine. The bottom's crooked, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Who cares about bottom teeth?
Man, this
No.
is-
Let's talk. All right.
What
so
are you rate? Like, what are you looking for? Because I did something garbagey last night. I can tell you.
We'll
Okay,
get there.
okay,
We'll get
'cause I
there.
logged it.
Let's switch into. All right. So your first. What was your first big check that you were like?
And when did you start stand up? Right out of college?
Yeah, I think I started about 21.
Okay.
But professionally, I became a professional. I guess it's hard to define professional, but I did quit my day job, and I borrowed money and I paid it back to buy a computer so I could have a computer.
Okay.
And I was supporting myself, writing for people and doing just stuff. And then when I won Last Comic Standing, that was 2008. So that was the first big check.
Gotcha.
What was that check?
That was $250,000
What?
before taxes.
That was
Holy shit.
that was big. That show was huge at the time.
250. Geez.
What season was that?
season.
No, was that like it was?
6?
Yeah, it was
It was after the show had hit its popularity. So I caught it right
on the.
at the decline, like the fall of Rome, before it completely disintegrated. So
How
season
long were
6.
you in stand up at that point?
3 years.
3 years.
Um,
250 G. Did you start in LA or did you start in Texas?
I started in LA.
You started in LA.
Yeah, I went to college and then I got to LA and I immediately just got a job. I got a job at I went to a temp agency and they put me somewhere and then somehow I stayed and I was just
Yeah.
like an assistant. Not great. You know, I would like pull my boss out of calls to be like, "Can I read you a sketch?" I wrote this sketch about this
writing?
girl who hates her job and he was so supportive. And then one day I was just like, "You know what? I got asked to do a military tour and I was like, I think I can do this full time if I cobble together enough tiny paychecks."
Mm-hmm.
So I called my mom. I was like, "I'm going to quit this job." She was like, "Okay." And I did it. Parents have always been supportive of it.
That's good.
Because I was supportive myself.
What'd you do with the 250?
Gs.
Any stupid purchase?
Stupid? No.
Or like, what'd you have? What'd you do with it?
I immediately went to I immediately went shopping and I bought like some nice T-shirts.
Okay.
I was like, "This is so great." And then I bought a condo.
Smart.
Yeah, because
You still own that condo?
no, I sold it to buy my first house, and then that was a few houses ago. But I lived in a
Yeah,
house
it
by
was.
myself.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You're doing well.
Pretty good.
But I bought it
Two
just
with the beacon.
only two.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And so that was, I had a little condo in not a great neighborhood. Whoops, it's LA. And then
How old are you at the time when you buy this condo?
26.
26, buying a condo.
And then just on the road, like every day for your entire life, like just touring. No,
What was that? So you hit Last Comic Standing. That's like weekends at clubs then? Like you're running.
Now you're moving tickets.
yeah, just clubs.
It's clubs.
Like,
Like
it
you're the
wasn't-
Funny Bones and you're in the improvs.
Clubs that don't even exist anymore.
Sure.
Owners who died.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I've
yeah,
outlived
yeah,
them
yeah.
all.
The Funny Farm
You
and
heard the
Wiley's
credits.
and stuff.
Yeah, just with no real reference for the way to do it or to fly first class. Like you're flying coach, you get no opener that you don't approve of. Like you don't get an opener you approve of. You're just there, and they get you in there on like a Wednesday, so you can wake up for press on some like radio station that talks about football, and you have to act like you care. Baltimore for like ever.
Seems like you're over it.
And you're
one holds a
doing
grudge.
Thursday, Friday, 3 shows, Saturday, 3 shows Sunday, and probably getting a little drunk after each one, never before, and then just coming home with your dog. I had a dog, a different dog, and just that was my life.
Were you taking the dog with you on the road at that point?
I was the first.
Wow.
Everyone does it now.
Good for you.
I was like, I need someone.
You were
'Cause
the first. I
rural
respect
Kansas at like a giggle hut. And so I brought Blanche, and she was in all my specials at the beginning.
67-year-old retiree.
I brought my grandma and her breathing machine, and she was a rescue, and I just, for like 8 or 9 years, just brought her everywhere.
Gang, this show is sponsored by Liquid IV.
Oh, yeah.
Man, what a juggernaut Liquid IV has become over the last few years.
Liquid IV.
I take that over the other stuff any day of the week.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. My favorite, talking about it, I do the strawberry. I like the sugar-free. Shake it up. Gives you that little bit of extra. Hydrates you 3 times faster than regular water. They got fantastic flavors. Listen, everybody's talking about Liquid IV. It's everywhere. You get it at Costco, or you can get it through us with the Are You Garbage promo. Right? Absolutely fantastic. If you're dehydrated, if you're sick, if you had a long night.
Beep, boop. That's me.
You know what I mean. Do yourself a favor. That's what you do. Take the Liquid IV that night. Get ready to go to bed. You have your slice of pizza, whatever you had, whenever.
Sure.
Pound down a Liquid IV. You wake up in the morning, you're going to feel fantastic.
Yeah, they got lemon lime, acai berry, pina colada. Choose from their line of sugar-free flavors like raspberry melon, white peach, green apple. We love them so much that we buy them. A lot of sponsors will send you stuff. I go, you know what? I love it. We use it so much. We have it sitting here. We take them every day. It's genuinely one of my favorite products. Stay hydrated through the holidays and get Liquid IV. You get 20% off your first order with Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use our code GARBAGE. You know that at checkout. One more time, 20% off your first order when you go to liquidiv.com for better hydration. Shop today using promo code GARBAGE. Liquidiv.com. Do it.
Yep, man.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And then you sold the condo and bought a house.
What's the house you're in now?
What's it?
What? How big is it? Is it nice?
I don't know.
She just talked to you like we were so poor.
I know. What is it? It's
You don't know what a house is? I'm
it's
sorry.
my dwelling.
I'm like, it's bigger than an atrium.
Multiple atriums.
Yeah. It's a nice house.
Yeah.
It's
You got a pool?
We got a pool.
Is it saltwater?
Why do you guys keep asking me if things are saltwater?
Because we are dirtbags.
Who has a saltwater? Like, why would
Most
you,
people have saltwater
you
pool,
can't
especially in
open
LA.
your eyes.
I'm surprised you don't have a
That's
saltwater
another question.
pool
Do you
now.
open your eyes underwater?
Fuck yeah. I got to see all the money at the bottom of the pond.
Is it a chlorine pool or one of those? There's something
What?
else besides.
This is a chlorine pool.
No, there's salt, there's chlorine,
You're
and there's
talking
another
about
one.
a bathtub. You're going to get
got
so
one of those?
sick. You're
Which you
talking
should
about
hit, by the
a
way.
public fountain. It's a regular pool.
Okay.
For regular people.
All right. Well, most people in LA that I've talked to that have come across a lot of them have
saltwater.
A saltwater? Is that
saltwater
Paul
pool.
Reiser? Does he have a saltwater pool?
No, Paul Reiser did not like the program or the questions we were asking him.
He's like, why did I get booked
I
here?
think the exact quote was, "You have a lot of stupid fucking questions."
Oh my God. Welcome to podcast. No, I'm enjoying this. No, there's no salt water.
Okay.
It's a regular pool.
I think Rob Lowe had a saltwater pool.
Maybe that's like a choice above. I don't know why you would
No, a
do
lot of the
it.
comics too, though. I feel that
There is a reason. I can't remember
Whitney
what it
did.
is.
Yeah,
Maybe
Whitney
it's a
does, yeah.
salination thing where you can float.
I think it's just like healthier. It's like less chemicals or something.
Definitely less chemicals, but I don't know.
You
That
don't care?
seems
okay.
like gibberish.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't.
You got a hot tub, jacuzzi,
There's a hot tub attached.
attached.
Not
I
bad.
will tell you, I
Waterfall?
only.
Little waterfall.
There's a waterfall, but it's like for a kid to go on. Like it's not like a rock fall,
I
like a
gotcha.
grotto.
I got.
Trying to like downplay my pool. I'm like, I don't want them to think I'm too highfalutin.
Did you build this house that you're in now, or did you just buy it as is?
Like from scratch? No, I didn't. I bought it.
Little renovations.
Yeah, but nothing.
Nothing
You know what? No,
crazy.
we did add a gym.
Okay.
I took
What's
up,
in that gym?
There was an atrium. I'm not kidding, and we
Really?
knocked it down to put the gym.
It's brought in the atrium.
It's small because I didn't want to. I feel like I will work out more, and I do because it's attached to the house. You just throw on your sports bra and you.
No,
go.
for sure.
You guys know.
What do you? Man, I almost agree. I was like, yeah, totally. That was smooth
Full
and
B cup.
quick. I wish I had a B cup.
And this is the house you and your guy moved in together. This was the.
It's a husband.
She's got us on our heels, dude. You and your guy. I asked her what her house is.
Did some comic object to calling it like a husband? Like it's
I didn't
a guy.
know. I couldn't remember if you had mentioned that he was a husband. I didn't want to. I didn't want to put your business out
My
there.
partner.
Your guy
That
dude.
I'm married
Well, you
to?
could have just taken a swing.
My-
You went with you and your dude.
And you don't have a ring on. I didn't want to blow up your spot.
I don't
Man,
because.
you clocked the ring.
Clocked the
That's-
ring.
That's swinger shit, dude.
Oh my god!
That's
I'm not wearing a
crazy.
pineapple dangling from my
I'm
cabin
saying
door.
I'm saying the fact that he looked. I don't
That's
either.
fair.
I don't either, Freako.
Are you married?
I am.
To a guy.
That's me
your
and my
guy.
dude. Me and my bro.
Me and my bro. We touch tips. We watch Mad About You. I have a husband, regular husband.
Okay.
He's regular.
He's just. I don't know what that means.
Regular dude.
He'll always like flex his arm, and I'll touch it. I'll be like, "Wow." He'll be like, "It's just my regular arm. I don't know what you're." Just my
This
regular.
guy's awesome.
He's
What
great.
does he do?
He's a chef.
Okay.
And
Really?
So, yeah, he's a
like
chef.
a good one.
He's outstanding. You know the McDonald's on 47th?
Does he work at CC's?
He works. It's a long relationship.
He does it as a career.
He's in front of the buffet.
He's not just cooking at the house.
He's a chef. He's opened a few restaurants for people, but he's a cookbook author. So he has his cookbooks, but he's the guy you would call to be like, can you write my cookbook with me? Like he is a writer.
What's his
Okay.
name?
His name is Noah.
Noah what?
GALUTEN.
Who's creeping now? Look at you.
And we've been married for 6 years. We have 2 kids.
Ah,
Good
very
looking
nice.
guy.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy.
Uh-huh.
I tell him that all the time. And he kind of doesn't make eye contact and he squirrels away. Runs back to the kitchen where he belongs.
What is the kitchen like? Did you
What
guys?
if he was hideous? What are you going to say? Be like, well, that's a body.
I would be like,
This
that,
guy?
I'd be like, that's a guy.
That's your guy.
That's your guy. He's a good, that
your
is a
dude?
guy.
Yeah.
What's the kitchen like? We got like Viking ranges. Do we got Sub-Z's?
Stainless steel.
We got
He's
that
a cook.
kind of stuff, and it's really like a working kitchen. So as a woman, I'm always like, maybe I could put a pumpkin or like a candle. But
he's
there's-
like-
He's like, no.
we have a nixtamalizer for the corn. We have a thing that grinds the oats.
I
we
just
have
picture him in their corner and shit like that. You're trying to decorate it with like towels.
this door is marked out.
Fire table 2. Let's go.
Yeah, chef. So it's he does his recipe testing there for
Gotcha.
other people things. So we've got like a smoker. We have 2 different grill. Like he's got his things.
So he's working out of it. It's like he's
Working, and so that's great.
He handle all the cooking.
He does all the cooking.
Nice.
Like I am
What was the last thing you cooked?
cooked,
What
Yeah.
can you cook? Anything?
cook or like heat up.
Cook.
Why I don't love it. It's not like a feminist. It's not like I feel like when women say that it's like, and I'm gonna do it. And men, I don't want to serve anyone. It's just not something in the way that he doesn't love like watercolors. Like it's just
Sure.
doesn't call to you.
Can you make eggs? Scrambled eggs?
I can,
But I don't.
but somebody else has to clean that pan because it's hard. Because sometimes the pan gets too hot and I burn them. So that's embarrassing as a grown woman.
Will he eat anything that you like? If you're like, hey, babe, I'm making eggs.
I would never say that to him.
No.
I would never make him something.
No.
Because
you've never made one thing.
I
that
made
he's
him
eaten?
toad in a hole once, and it was
toad in a hole.
it's a piece of bread.
It's trashy. This is so nuts.
It's a whole toad. No, it's a piece of bread, and you cut out the hole and you fry the egg in it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like a croque madame.
Like a
but no
dirt bag,
cheese.
yeah.
Like a dirt bag.
Eggy in a basket.
I made it once, and he ate it.
What are you for? I guess,
Eggy in
I
a
guess toad in a hole
basket.
ain't better.
Yeah,
either.
what the hell? Toad in a hole.
It's
I only
num-num.
know it. I saw it in Moonstruck. Olivia Dukakis made it for Cher.
Okay.
They had a little red pepper
That's
in there.
a good reference.
Good movie.
It's a
My
good
favorite.
movie. Snap out of it.
One of my
I can't believe I
favorite.
just did that. I feel so old.
Do you have one of those big pepper grinders?
It's a small, like that they come around with. People
Go
are
around with
obsessed
the
with
cheese.
fresh cracked pepper, and I don't know what it is.
I
I'm
like
sure
it.
he's got the automatic ones. The salt and the pepper.
No, you got to grind. I don't know. We have a thing, but the cheese is always embarrassing at restaurants because I will let them go for a very long time. And I'm always like, can you just leave it here? And they're like, we can't. It's the house one. And you're like, okay, well, you're going to get a wrist workout. Yeah. So I don't, but we have all the nice, we have
good pots and pans, all that stuff.
really good.
You have the Dutch oven. What's it called?
Le Creuset.
Yes, you got
We
that.
have a lot of that.
Got the whole set, huh?
He's got his
She
things.
knew how to pronounce it, too. That's classy.
That's pretty good. I didn't even want to do it.
Classy. That's some nice French,
You
nice
got-
French
you-
cookware.
yeah.
I would have said Le Baron or something like that.
You would have said crock pot.
Shout
Do
out
you
to
have
a
a crock
crock pot.
I had one when I met him, and now we use it to like, I don't know what he uses, like wax. I don't know what he uses it for. It's like Brave Little Toaster. Like it's been like relegated.
Sure. Well, he's in there. He's like a mad scientist in there figuring shit out.
Do you guys have a toaster oven?
Yeah.
You
But
do.
like the
Yeah,
whole
like
thing,
the old school one.
like it opens and you can broil and
Yeah,
do stuff
yeah.
in it.
No, but yours is like it's not sitting on the counter.
It's on the counter, but it's not. You don't put the toast in the
Yeah,
top.
yeah, gotcha.
It's like
Okay.
a whole, like an
Mhm.
actual little baby oven.
I love those.
We got that. We got like a Zojirushi rice cooker.
A what?
It's a brand. It's just like a rice cooker. We
Okay.
got a rice cooker. We have lots of gadgets for making the things because he does recipe testing for a lot of different types
Yeah.
of cuisine.
You have a sous vide?
He must have one.
Did I say that right? Sous vide?
Yeah, yeah, you got it. It's for those of you. It's eaten out of a bag.
Yeah.
It's a hot bag.
Which
Apparently, it's delicious.
that's what they do with like fucking Taco Bell and shit.
That's different. Usually,
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
it's a microwave.
Where was the honeymoon?
The honeymoon was supposed to be in. We were gonna go all through Italy,
Okay.
and then Croatia, and then Paris.
Why Croatia?
Because Split's supposed to have like amazing seafood,
yeah, Croatia's
and
banging.
it's supposed to be amazing.
Sure.
We're going to go to Paris, and he really wanted to go to Italy, and I had been once before, and he is half Italian and like loves it, so I was like, let's go. And I had just come home from Europe on tour, and nobody's asking me this, I cracked. And we're in Rome, which is like not romantic. It's just like vacationing in Midtown. Like it's just like, oh my God. And I snapped and I was like, I have to go. I cannot do this anymore.
No
Like
shit.
I'm so tired. My nose won't stop running. I miss my dog. Like it's a lot of travel on a body.
Sure.
And I remember being in a room. I was like, we have to cancel Paris. We have to cancel. I cannot fucking do this. And I fell asleep. And when I woke up, he was gone. And I remember thinking like, that's right. Because you're annoying. So he has left you because you're not so hot that he's going to be like, this is worth it. And he was downstairs on the phone with American Airlines changing our plans so we could go home. And so we then went to this place called Post Ranch Inn, which turns out is just as expensive as 2 weeks in Europe, in Northern California. And we did mushrooms and hung out there for 3 days. And that was great.
Whoa. Okay.
Do you drink?
I used to, and I will, but not as much.
What's your
now.
go-to? You're going out. You're gonna have a cocktail. You're doing a glass of wine. You're doing a beer. You're doing a cocktail.
So it seems like a martini, but it's really just vodka
Okay.
on the rocks with a lot of olive juice and some
Okay.
olive oil. So vodka on the Tito's on the rocks, very, very dirty.
Tito's on the rocks, dirty. All right.
Maybe blue cheese stuffed olive.
What are you whipping around town in? What's the car at the house?
I got a Kia Sportage,
You got a Kia.
and I fucking love
What, are you
it.
sponsored by them or
What's
something?
he driving?
No, I wish.
You got a Kia fucking Sportage?
What is that? What is the tone? I can't tell.
It's trash.
It's trash.
What? Let me tell you something.
I owned a
Got
Kia.
6 Netflix specials.
So
you got
they stole
cash,
it.
You got a Kia?
Wait till you see what Ali Wong drives. It's like a Toyota. It's a murdered out matte black Kia, and I have to tell you, I test drove. Here's the thing: do you have kids?
No.
Most nice like luxury SUVs, you cannot fit 2 car seats comfortably in the back. I looked at the A8. I looked at a Lexus, which I absolutely hated, even though I leased it for 1 day. I went to the Land Rover, and the guy was like, "This can drive on 3 wheels." I'm like, I just got to go to Ralph's.
Do you like wheelie?
I was like, yeah, I just want to park it. And so at the end of the day, I didn't want to deal with like this plugs in and you have to log in with Siri. I have all the creature features. It's a mom car. I can drive it like I stole it. It gives me no trouble.
Lease or owned?
I leased it,
You leased
but it was brought to my house. I have a guy. And I got to pick. I think he was annoyed that I didn't pick something
Carvana?
nicer. My guru?
I bought my used car on Carvana.
No,
It's a
it's
Mercedes though. A little
What's-
bit of
what-
little
what-
bit of flood damage.
What's the chef driving?
like a base model. I think it's a Honda. Like it barely has power windows. We just like, what fits the kids in that's safe? Because neither of us. I'm a girl. Like if I drive a pink G-Wagon, no one's like, I'm gonna fuck her harder.
There's
like,
a difference between a pink G-Wagon and a goddamn Kia Sportage.
If you saw this Kia and you saw the creature features and you can change the color of the lights and
That's trashy.
I love it.
What are you driving Uber? Who uses the lights inside?
It's got a CD
You can set
player.
the-
like a Dominican Uber driver.
You can set I have as many iPhone chargers as I want. I have an
She's got the
iPad in the back.
Are you enjoying this ride?
Octopus, where you can play it. It's not like, remember in like the early 2000s, you could get lights under your car, under the chassis, and it would like.
I've seen Fast and Furious.
I still think it's a sick move. I don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
People have stopped me because they think the Kia is so exquisite. And if you saw it,
Listen, I had a Kia up until a year ago.
what kind of Kia did you have?
Forte.
It's a Kia Savant.
It was a Kia Forte till the Kia boys got me.
They got you.
Are you being careful of that?
What?
The Kia boys?
Oh, I thought we were just yes-anding. I don't know what that is.
Man, this girl's good.
What is a Kia boy?
The Kia boy.
They
There's
steal
a
Kias.
Oh, they still like alternators or?
no. That's catalytic converters.
Oh, catalytic
Who
converters.
the hell wants an alternator?
Kias
I
are
was
really
like, watch this. They're gonna love that I know
That's
this.
when they take the spark
You
plugs.
both know it. What is it?
There's a. How did
There
you
was
not-
a glitch in Kia where you could steal it real easy.
There
and
still
these guys
kinda
started
is.
doing it, and they called them the Kia boys.
They would do it just for the fun of it, and it was like teenagers
yeah.
just stealing their car, just stealing your car.
No one's taking it.
Okay.
Two-car garage?
2-car garage.
Okay. You got a fridge in that garage?
We do for my husband's like soup stocks that he
Okay.
freezes. It's not like a go for the rumpus room, like have your friends get a pop kind of fridge. It's like
Gotcha.
just for
Said
him.
pop.
You're not allowed. I just thought you'd like that. I thought you guys would like me more. It's like you're not allowed to open that. It's just for like they have,
His stuff. It's work. It's like yeah.
and my coffee.
And your coffee.
We freeze the coffee beans because we get a lot of them.
Okay.
Freeze them, they last longer.
Now, is that the only house? You guys got a vacation property anywhere?
We do.
Nice.
We just bought it. We just spent our first summer there, and so
Summer. There.
Summer.
She summers.
Where's that roughly
you got to
around?
get out of where you live.
In the West Coast?
It's on the West Coast. It's Washington State, kind of rural, and so
Very nice.
it's beautiful. We wanted land, so that feels very Republican. I'm like, I wanted land. I wanted land, and I got it.
and I gotta defend it.
I asked. I said, "What if we just got a small gun?" And he was just like, "Absolutely not. Like the odds of you shooting yourself are 100%."
Yeah.
I was like, "What if you did the
I'll
shooting?"
do it.
Dude, if I can't have it. So we have that. So that's nice, and we have
That's
Yeah.
all right. You're flying up front now, I assume, right?
yeah.
Wherever you go.
I fly the plane. That's how much
Hello,
money I have.
Captain.
They're like, "We trust you. You seem responsible."
Will you bring food on the plane with you?
I do.
What do you bring?
Not like an immigrant. Like I'm bringing like a whole fish. You ever go to Australia? They do a show called Border Patrol, and it's basically just them watching people who try to bring in. It's always like an older Chinese lady bringing in like half a
Oh, we
dragon.
have it here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you say half a dragon?
I did. But it's just stuff where you're like,
And
come on.
they play dumb. They're like, "Oh, I had no idea it was in here." It's like you repackaged it, lady. You knew
Yeah.
you knew what you were
You
doing.
wrote your name on it. Where can you bring in tiger steak? Like this thing is alive.
Is this your mongoose?
Yeah, I didn't know it was okay to bring in live spores. I have. Here's the thing: I sleep on planes very easily, and so I don't really want to eat their food. It's never that great unless you're on like a nice international flight. And I fly around the country so much, so usually by the time I wake up, the food's gone, and they will never reheat it for you. So my husband packs me a breakfast. And I
Like, what
eat
are
it
we
before-
talking?
Like a bean and cheese burrito or like a little turkey sandwich, and like
You eat
some
that on the
carrots.
plane?
I eat it before takeoff, and then I go to sleep.
You eat a bean and cheese burrito in first class?
I'll suck it down.
Probably a nice one.
It's not hot.
Still smells like beans.
No,
and-
it's not. It's not like because it came from the house, so it's like warm-ish, but it's wrapped in foil. You know, it's not like I'm eating like a Whopper on a domestic flight or something. So, but then like carrots and some almonds, and I just store them in my cheeks for the winter.
Take your shoes off on the plane?
Yeah,
All right.
but with socks, and they're fresh socks, and I have two, and I always travel. Pro tip: with a second pair of socks in case your tootsies get cold.
Ooh.
You both look like you have circulation issues.
Are they compression socks?
No, but that would be good for you.
I've
No,
never
I
felt
wear
so
'em.
close to you.
They're warm, and so they're always clean. Not that we're worried about that, but I always have clean socks.
Do you
We're
like
worried
deviled?
about that.
Do you like deviled eggs?
No,
Really?
and I think that's so gross.
Think deviled eggs are gross. What about a hard-boiled egg? Also gross?
If the yolk is like a little jammy, as they say in the
You
show.
like a little jammy.
Like a
little
fresh
jammy.
one.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're not gonna like get them at the gas
I like-
station as a snack.
Okay, I was gonna say the Delta Lounge, but yes, you and I can find some common ground.
I don't like that. Listen, I'm diamond, by the way, or platinum. No, I'm diamond.
That's what we all say. We yell it.
I'm diamond.
You're
you
diamond,
asshole.
I'm platinum.
Yeah,
I'm diamond.
I think even in the
I
lounge.
don't like the lounge.
I
Get
like the
outta
lounge.
here.
I'm just not eating
the
the
LAX
eggs.
lounge is nice.
Yeah.
Everyone else, it's like you're in a fucking conference center waiting for Randy to come talk to you.
It's.
Fuck out of here. Heathens, go back to your shanties.
I don't eat. I don't eat the. It's just. It's.
You don't eat the hot food there?
No, you see businessmen like
got a
loading
chef at
up
home.
because their families won't let them eat like that at home, and they're getting. I'm like, I'm not eating meat at the airport. I'm fine. I'll have like a
Really?
little bit. I don't want it
I'm exclusively meat at the airport.
because you're like, look at this free meat. Look at this
No,
haul.
I don't like going there. I'd rather go to a restaurant and get something I.
Oh, really? In the
I don't
airport?
like. Yeah, I don't like the fact that I can't choose my food.
Okay, so you can choose your food at home and you can bring it. And I know you think that's garbage, but it opens you up to having it the way you want
Well,
it.
I'm not married to.
I think in
my
this
guy's not a
situation, it's
chef.
classy. I think in this situation, that's classy.
Yeah, it's not like I'm bringing like a pearl spoon for caviar. Like it's just like a little half a turkey sandwich, and I eat it
Okay.
before I fall asleep.
Okay.
I also bring my own coffee.
How do you do that?
So there's some companies make like a little single serving, almost like a tea bag, but it's got coffee in it.
Okay.
I
So
was
I
just thinking, why don't people do that more?
They do. Some of the some companies do because airline coffee it's like lighter fluid, and so I get that, and I ask for cream and a hot cup of water, and I just make my own, and it's a nice thing.
It's a little taste, a little comfort.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. What's the coffee brand that you like?
I'm not just. I love anything. I love Dunkin'.
You said you had a
You're a
lot of it at the
Dunkies?
house. I assumed you had a specific brand. that you
Groundworks.
like.
I
Groundwork.
like as long as it's I like mild. Can't do a
Mhm.
strong cup and then get on a plane and then like hold your shit.
Sure.
The whole, like I'm going across the country. I'm not gonna.
You mentioned Ralph's. Is that where you guys are primarily shopping?
No.
Erewhon?
No.
Whole Foods?
Whole Foods, I think, is just. My husband does the grocery shopping.
Right.
Does he go or does it get delivered?
No, you can't get it delivered because it won't be specific. He goes.
He goes.
He's got to
goes.
like look and
So you
get
don't got to
everything.
do any of that.
I
You don't
don't
have to shop. You don't have to cook. He's got it all under control.
He does that.
Huh.
Yeah. I had 2 children, so I did that.
Gotcha.
And a lot of other things. But he does. He loves it. A lot of other things. He does. He likes doing it. Like when we met, he saw the way that I ate, and he took over my diet and the dog's diet. He was like, she needs to go on more walks. I will be in charge of that. And the first gift he ever gave me was really nice Tupperware for the leftovers he was gonna make, because I will eat turkey out of a bag like a feral raccoon if you leave me alone.
Turkey out of a bag.
I'll eat an apple for dinner. Like I don't think about
I
it.
won't do that.
Does he make the dog's dinner? Is the dog eating like people food?
No,
for-
she has regular food.
Okay.
But sometimes he'll add like something nice
Like
to
an
it.
egg or something like that?
Something.
I like
something. Yeah.
it. Man.
Am I passing? Am I failing? Is
I'm
it better
not
to
sure.
fail?
This is a lot of curveballs here.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, you grew up with an atrium, but also like you had every possible relationship of a sibling, which ain't great. Your
not
mom and your dad lived on the same street, but in
No,
separate
not-
houses.
It was a different trailer park. No, it was a different.
You got
just
Randy,
close enough.
You worked at
Got Randy.
Cece's Pizza.
One
Safaris.
day. I've had many jobs. I've worked at a diner.
You stole from the mall.
I did steal from the mall.
Got a key made.
I worked at a seafood
I
place.
mean, that's like
Yeah.
that's
She
like a
ate-
heist.
She ate 4 lobsters at True Lux. I can't get a read on it.
She ate
And you know who
4
else was there
laps.
that night? And I'll never forget it. Troy Aikman.
Really?
I remember that because I remember I went. This is so stupid.
Was he still playing?
No, this was after that. But I went to the bathroom and his date was in there, and she farted, and I told everyone that this woman like ripped one. And I'll always remember.
Hey,
she
Troy.
Hey, Aikman, loser.
You got a real one in there.
Remember that date that you went on in 1996? She farted.
Do you floss every day?
I do. Because
Okay.
I don't want to go to the dentist. I do, but like just to avoid dealing with it.
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone else would floss, not for the exquisite pleasure. I do. Floss.
Have you ever named a pet in a voicemail? Like, hey, you reached Eliza and
Oh no!
Gary
Sprinkles.
or whatever.
I don't have voice. Who has a voicemail anymore?
I don't know, but is it growing up or anything? Any of the turtles listed on the answering machine?
No.
Okay.
Like you've reached the Sullivans and Bucky. Rest in peace, Chippy. No, the animals aren't on that.
Have
but
you ever done like the fake, hey, what's up?
Nah, I'm not here.
It's not. I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, I must have.
I'm sure you did.
I think I remember like playing a song.
That was big.
That was a thing to do.
Do you remember any ringtones you had?
Do you remember how we all wanted ringtones and now we all have the exact same iPhone ring? Like no one cares.
Yeah.
I
Every once in a
remember
while, you hear somebody with a ringtone. You're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
they're
always
new
some
here.
ant or something like that.
Or did you ever have I think it was the ring back when you call your buddy Fabulous would play or whatever. my buddy, shout out to Ryan, had Fabulous.
Yes.
U.S.
My
always
mom,
sounded like it was underwater, too.
It's like a little muffled.
Yeah, it never sounded good.
My mom has a friend, and when the friend calls, it plays "Putting on the Ritz." When Debbie Revis calls, we hear "Putting on the Ritz."
Debbie Revis is great.
When my
mom,
mom,
Debbie of the Revises.
you know Debbie. When my mom used to call my brother had the Law and Order song
That's
play.
good.
That's fun.
So,
King size bed?
at home,
Yeah.
yeah, because he's a bigger guy.
Okay.
I will sleep on an army cot. I sleep on an airplane. Like I could sleep in a cat box, but it's a king size bed.
TV in the bedroom?
No.
Do
No
an eye
TV.
mask or anything?
I mask when I travel.
Okay.
Because hotels, you never know. I keep one on me. No TV in the bedroom by design.
Now, I got to think, when you check into a hotel, is it done already?
Yes.
And you just go in and get the key, or you have someone go in and get the key?
Of course.
Well, my tour man. Well,
Just asking.
my tour manager. But if I'm on vacation, I gotta, there's like a conversation before. But I'll go get it because there's a fake name, because people are weird.
Yeah.
Really?
Your fake
Yeah.
name in it?
You have to.
I love it.
People really hate Jews. No, prior to that, just I've had like a stalker. Like you just don't know.
Sure.
The tour manager gets it, gives me the key, and you don't have to deal with it.
I love that fake
Because there's
name.
always someone who's like, well, your ID doesn't match the fake name. And you're like, that's the fucking point.
Oh, you don't say.
You dolt. Give it to me. So she does that. Yeah.
Okay.
Will you take leftovers home from a restaurant?
I would.
But you don't.
But I eat everything.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Nothing left over.
What, were you asked to change the table at a restaurant? If you go and they're like, it's like by the door or the kitchen or whatever?
course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Will
But
you
the
s-
bathroom?
Will you send something back?
It has to be pretty egregiously.
Egregious.
Like, it has to be like, this was fish. I ordered a hamburger.
Okay.
But it's never, usually if we have a complaint, my husband worked in restaurants for so long,
Right.
we'll do it after we pay.
Okay.
Just to be like, just for your feedback, like, I am ill. But I will pay full price.
That's
Like,
classy.
Yeah, it's
I always let
classy.
people know, like, and I think sometimes when you complain, if you say, like, I don't want anything, I just need you to know.
That this is a big swing and a miss on this.
And most people don't care, but better to have paid.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
How do you get your steak cooked?
Oh, see, if I say well done, you're going to come and trust me. But if I say rare, you say I have too much money. Yeah. Because it depends on the type of meat you're eating. Right.
Okay.
Medium.
All right.
I do medium.
Classy.
Okay.
When you're pregnant, you really want it medium
Sure.
rare, and you can't, but I would do it anyway because I don't think it would. That's fine.
Lives on the edge.
Rolling
this
the
one.
dice.
Yeah.
I like
Eat that blood. Medium to medium rare, but I will eat the sides. In the middle is usually too rare, so someone will eat that instead.
Okay.
I don't wanna
Give
eat
me
a
that.
beating heart.
Hmm.
Yeah.
If
Brush
you go out with another couple, will you split the check, or one of you just picks up the check?
I don't know. We don't have any friends. No.
I respect it.
I think it depends. It depends. Like, are you visiting? Did you come for, like, who kind of, or you just split it? You just split it. It depends on the friend. If I'm with a friend, I make more money than most of my friends, so I'll usually just
You
pay
pick it up.
You have to.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Or, like, I just met a friend for breakfast, and she picked the restaurant, which for two women, to have one be definitive who isn't a lesbian, that was just like, we'll go here. So I was like, I got this because I was late and you picked it. So
What'd you get?
I got a black and white cookie because we're in New York and a really big cup of coffee. And I had 2 eggs with spinach. And then I was going to eat the tuna off of her salad, but I gave it to the dog who was in the restaurant in a bag. She's a vegetarian.
I genuinely, I mean, like, we've said this before, but, like, this is, the highs are so high and the lows are low.
It's tricky. You brush your teeth in the shower?
What's sick is that I'm anxiously awaiting your decision.
I
I'm like,
genuinely-
oh, man. In the shower sometimes. If I'm really cold and I want to be in there longer, I'll bring all my things in.
Okay.
Is it a waterfall?
Like my clothes.
Waterfall shower?
There's the different settings. Like there's the waterfall, the regular shower head, and then the wand.
You so you have 3. You could come out of 3 different places.
3 different water orifices.
It's not a tub shower, right?
No.
It's
But that's
you
now
walk
she's
in.
classy. She's got cash.
Is that a thing where
What?
the tub and the shower? Because I've seen really nice ones where it's all one. You're saying it's not classy to have them together?
No, I wouldn't. I'd imagine now that that you have a shower that you walk into. It's not like a tub with the thing coming out in the curtain.
Right. There's no curtain.
Okay,
It's a glass door.
Damn, you got glass door money.
pretty good.
I gotta call this. I don't know.
I don't think it's.
Oh my God.
She's trash.
Oh,
I mean, come on.
that's what you want on this podcast,
say she.
right?
I don't know if
She's got to be.
walks. I'm split. I gotta call it split.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where I didn't go on my honeymoon because I had that breakdown.
True.
mental breakdown on the honeymoon.
Nice piece of property. No saltwater pool. Doesn't like deviled eggs.
Do I want to be? I want to be trash. Okay, so I won't tell you anything nice.
Is there
Like I own
something you
another
think we-
house.
Starts pulls out a one.
Wait, you own another house too?
No.
Three properties.
But that's
But
what
the
you
Kia.
do when you get money. But the key is
Okay.
Sportage. That's murdered out.
You don't like that I have that Kia because you had a shitty one and now you're anti.
No, no.
The Kia boys repossessed your car after
I
delinquent
found
payments.
it. They were sleeping and they're high on drugs.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, I found it with the
Oh,
cops.
it's like someone slept with your girlfriend and now you don't like her or any girl named Jeanette because
You know Jeanette?
I know Jeanette.
Do you eat in the car?
Sure.
Fast food?
No.
You're not a fast food person.
No.
The bean burrito on the plane. She's trash. I can't
It was a
get
turkey
past that.
sandwich sometimes.
But sometimes it's a burrito on a plane. I got to say, you can't do that.
Okay.
But it's made by her husband, who's a chef.
He also had one. We flew here together and we had the
2 burritos on a plane?
He's
That's
in
where I
town?
draw,
I'm
that's
sorry.
where I draw
it's
the fucking
pronounced
line.
Dos Burritos.
Chefs in town?
It's pronounced
Chefs in town.
basura.
I love
You're
Basura.
trash.
Yeah, she's
basura.
trash.
In the present tense.
In the present tense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Solamente.
Only speak Spanish in the present tense. Yeah, she's garbage. What are we doing here? Vacations at Club Med? Come on.
Yeah.
Twice. All right. I wanted to be garbage.
trash.
I wanted to be relatable.
But you can walk in both worlds. I'll give you that.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm a shapeshifter.
Connection to Martha's Vineyard. The Safari.
The
Jethro
connection.
Tull, though.
That's beyond my control.
Mom was
worked
a
at a
radio
radio
DJ.
Ladies and
Mom
gentlemen,
did drive time radio.
100% trash. Eliza Schlesinger, everybody.
Yeah, thank
Wait,
you.
I didn't get to tell you my trash thing.
What is
Hit
it?
us.
Last night we went to dinner, and afterward, I'm like, oh, my stomach I feel like a little gassy, like a little pain. My stomach hurts. But we went to get pizza after dinner, and I was like, I'll just eat these 2 pieces of pizza really quickly to shove the pain down, and I'll just deal with it later. And then I had diarrhea, but I wanted to eat the pizza after dinner so badly, so I was like, it'll be for my future self to deal with. I'll just layer it on. Should I just leave?
That's self-medical advice. I appreciate that.
Just eat it really fast so you can have the pleasure, and then you're just gonna
You'll deal with it later. Where'd you
pizza
get the pizza?
La Industry.
Lindustry.
Lindustry.
Classy.
See, that's classy.
Yeah,
But she
I
had
mean,
diarrhea.
yeah.
I did have diarrhea. I didn't feel well.
Man. Yeah, you're trash, buddy.
You're trash.
But, man, unbelievable. What a tale.
Yeah.
Congratulations
What a
on everything.
tale.
I mean, you are an absolute killer. 6 Netflix specials. You got another special on the way. The tour, everything.
Don't forget the appearance on the Ed McMahon show.
Star Search, not
Merv
too
Griffin. Eliza Schlesinger, everybody. Give her a
Thank
big
you,
round
guys.
of applause.
Thank you.
Anything you want the folks out there to know?
I too have a podcast that comes out on Wednesdays. It's called Ask Eliza Anything, where the audience is the guest and you write in your burning life questions that you cannot ask your friends and family, and we
Okay.
will give you the perfect advice.
Awesome.
We cut to the core, and you guys can come see me on tour.
Great.
Absolutely. Love it. Kippy, what do you got for him?
Guys, AYG and friends, the next one I think that's not sold out is 11/8 at the Chelsea Music Hall. Get those tickets, rugarbage.com.
Eliza, we love you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you
You're the
guys.
best.
Thank you.
And gang, we love you. We'll see you next week.